an absolute machine, but still, they knew this was happening. It's not as if it's an emergency, oh god, what are we going to do?
No.
So iLame's been playing for a while now.
Okay.
They're going to be dangerous, let's be honest.
Oh, there's no taking danger away. I think there's danger in every single one of these teams, whether it be first person or third. I don't think that's really within question. I think when you really come down to the point, though, I think you're right. There is still danger in that roster. And I was surprised. I was wondering if you're going to go for the kind of more Korean side or the CIS side. And where are you confirming CIS here?
I'm going to do because I'm concerned about how this first initial drop's going to go for both Korean teams for the simple fact of, you know, we have WTSG there. They went,
big name
boys,
as well.
We ain't moving. Simple as that. And same from the North American Honey Badger Nation.
There's a lot.
And anything can happen. This game one's going to be a little bit wild.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a lot of nerves coming through as well. I think this would be where you'll see a lot of teams trying to work it out a bit. Again, the game is almost underway. If you are tuning in at home, anywhere in the world right now, if you're in the arena, thank you for joining us here. We are almost prepared. You can see the teams, they don't want to rush this. They don't want to get anything wrong. When you get in that game, you want it to be 100%. You want your focus to be purely on how you are going to be the last team standing.
I think as well, just to kind of, in the final few seconds while this does go forward, for these teams that do know there are enemies abound, there are players, teams that are going to be in their drop zone, where they're going, in their local towns, their villages. If you get bullied out of that position, what does it say to other teams? Are you A, a pushover? Or at least are you B, when you go to another place and have to find another place, it's going to be difficult to loot. And we have game number 1. We are live, we are kicking. Berlin, make some noise! Plain route starting off at Zaki. She's going to go diagonally over the map, ending at Milta Power. Now this is the point, Lauren. Where do people go? Where do people start? Where do we see? It could be everything we've wrote down could be just a complete mismatch.
I might just throw this over there in a second. We're going to have to keep our eyes drilled on this map, and I'm sure you guys are at home wondering where teams are going. What is the plan here? We're seeing a couple of teams heading off quite early on, and if there's anything that stands out to us that maybe not in the norm, then we'll highlight it. Anything standing out to you so far?
Yeah, I didn't expect anybody going Severny, and it looks like 2 teams are eyes on the prize.
Well, that was meant to be available. That was meant to be open for grabs.
Ironically, both of these teams qualified through the same qualifier. They know one another. This is both of the Asian teams from the Taiwanese, I think it was qualification. Okay. So they'll have some idea at least how they played. Let's
look at George as well, because we did say about Welcome to South George that the Korean teams could be questioning them very early on. And hey, hello? Oh, that car's looking a little different. It's looking quite nice.
It's a nice bit of paint work, isn't it? I like it.
Fard's got a nice new ride to just go for a little drive around and just really show off in George now. He's got the little Hot Wheels coming in, so he's going to get himself going as well. So welcome South George. You need to be on a swivel, though. They know that there are teams close by, and the circle has come through. So we know where that's going to be. That is towards the southeast side of the map. Almost slap bang in. The middle would be, I guess, shelter a little to the south of it. So you're looking at that sort of area to be where they crunch towards. But now we get to see it all open in front of you. Who gets first blood? Who's going to get the loot they want? Where are these teams going?
All right, then, so we've got the usual format here. If we look across to South George, now, this is an interesting one because as we look at Genji Black, they've gone for the 2-2 split. It looks to me like potentially they might try and box in WTSG. They know WTSG's here. Avanga, they're happy. They can do the usual thing. They'll just chill in the north. However, when we look at CGX, I didn't expect him so far up in Zaki.
No, it's curious here. We are seeing 4AM working their way across the bridge. We did have a little glimpse at that as well, heading south. But there are teams waiting over in Nova. Now, I don't know how looted up this team is, so this could be a problem. He doesn't even have a mini. This could be a picked up kill. This could be first blood in the tournament. This could be everything coming through here. The mini does get the tag, but it doesn't get the frag just yet. This could be huge now.
I think he may have at least touched the tire. You saw the car wobbling a little bit as the rest of 4AM. They will try.
It's going to be a one-shot now on one of the players there.
Connection.
Just about making their way.
Reload saved his life. Lucky man.
Godv is counting his stars.
So where are they pinning them back? I love it. The fact that you actually have fan bases here. I don't think we've quite seen this on this scale yet and on this level where fans literally turn up to support their teams.
And I'm wondering if that was a bit of a read into the other team as well. If you're looking at the bridge area, if you know how a team likes to play, you know their rotation routes, you position one man towards it. Could be a piece of, a bit of mind play there. I like the idea of it, but everyone is still alive. No one wants to be the first to fall.
Okay, so let's talk about the ones that we actually did get correct. Now, Liquid, we know they go Yasnaya.
Yep.
Happy days for them. No one's touching Liquid because they're absolute monsters. The Knights from Europe, they're in the same place as ever, just the left-hand side of Lipovka. Do what they want, watch for people driving by. Savage, now there's no phase here, so you'll see them in Milter Power. Sometimes when we cast them before, you will always see phase there, but they can just go across all the bank, from the power down to the mini power, all along the coastline. Meanwhile, further left, we keep going through. We see Honey Badger Nation. Now, I expected them to go Nova, and they even said, we're going Nova, it's not a problem. They've backed off. So this is where we see Genji Gold. They're allowed to go home. They get the usual place as Nova, and it's 4 AM who end up being inside military. Usual place for Navi, down at bottom in Prim. Ironically, no one's actually there to kind of even bother them. However, the playing route wasn't too good for them. It did take a bit of time to get there. They've only just landed on their feet. They need to get that loot now and then start to get a wiggle on, because that circle is quite far away.
I just want that car, but yes, it is far away. The thing is that they've had not much going their way. With the circle and the plane route combining, it does mean they are going to chip away at time. And I'm wondering if anyone goes for like early good positioning here, if anyone's going to be that quick. It's very early game, though, to be doing that. But you are going to be seeing teams kind of considering, because we know there's not that many hard compounds, quote unquote, if you look at towards the area that's probably going to centralize on, that kind of southern area, possibly by the lumberyard. It's very tricky to get good positioning there, because there's a lot of open ground, a lot of hillside, so we are starting to see some of the teams working their way towards certain positions. They may not be fully happy with the loot they've got, but at this point you want to get that positioning early, send that one man out to claim that good spot, so then you can pull the rest of your players into the same position.
The Knights have got a good run because they're so split, and that's how they do it. They'll send 1 or 2 down to Lipovka. You'll see Kramer up at the top, and then Boxit usually kicking it somewhere around prison. They're really spread out. Now, that circle, if I was a betting man, I'd probably suggest it's going to shift north. We will soon find out. You'll probably look in the bottom corner. We've also got the new observer tools on there. You can see the time of what's currently on the game. You can see how many teams are alive, how many players, and then the blue zone phase. So that time is until it actually clicks over. So next phase is actually about to move, and then 2, how long it is till it touches the edge. You mentioned earlier on 4 AM that it get a bit tanked up to get down onto Millie base, but now they've kind of, at least we did see in scrims as well that they did go here a few times. That's a 24. That's a nice goal. Is that nice silenced as well? Did I catch it?
I can't see it at that angle. I'm not sure. But the one thing about military bases, it's the supplementing loot that you sometimes lack. I think Boogie slightly highlighted it on the desk as well, is the fact that sometimes you don't always get those perfect scopes. You don't get all the perfect attachments because they just don't seem to have the place here. So again, that could be a factor. We are seeing at least a little bit of the scopes on here. And actually, Wick, he's a danger man. We know it can be. This could be first blood, and it will be. Wick confirms. And the Aussies fall down under, and Champs is not going to be feeling so good about that one.
Yeah, that's not a good way to start. Wick claims the first victim. Honey Badger Nation, 15 points in the bag. And if you look on Champ's name in the top right-hand corner, you will see the red splatter. That means they are confirmed dead. Before, you wouldn't actually see that. You'd see a skull, but now you will see a blood mark. When you see the blood mark, they're out of the game. They're deleted from the server. Looking at the overview as well.
Oh, this is look at how many teams are posturing for this area. Everyone wants this position very quickly. This is what I theorized would be end game, quote unquote. But you've got to be careful here. You don't want to kind of put yourself in a position where everyone's eyes are posturing for this area. Everyone wants this position very quickly. This is what I theorized would be end game, quote unquote. But you've got to be careful here. You don't want to kind of put yourself in a position where everyone's eyes are posturing for this area. Everyone wants this position very quickly. This is what I theorized would be end game. But you've got to be careful. You don't want to
pace in, they can move up their G.
Now, let's also remember this, you've got to be careful. A lot more of these kind of terrain-based positions become very viable. It's not just hard compound. Scoom's getting in on the action. This is Liquid lining up the kill feed very early on, and a couple more shots come through. The connections aren't so perfect, but Jeems, he's being a little bit naughty about this. He's been a little bit relentless.
So they've taken 1 player out there from Oyun, and at least took the tires out of the vehicle. Now that vehicle's gone completely, so they just smashed that to a million pieces. The smoke's down at least, so you can run away with this one. Keep your eye out, folks, for all various little differences here, especially on the observer mode. There are a few new tools that PUBG are going to be showing off, and they are damn good because they give us so much more information. Meanwhile, this is let's talk about this team then. Genji Black obviously not had the greatest of runs over in the Korean leagues. However, still second place is pretty damn good. They won the first initial out of all the Pro Tours. They came first, and then after that, everything kind of escalated down. Every time we saw Genji Gold get second, these guys got 11th. I think they got 11th 2 or 3 times back-to-back.
This is going to be a bit of a breach here. There's players right on by. This is huge. Wick's already got 1 kill, so he's got, you know, first blood. the back of his mind, but he could be in for another bit of a problem here. He doesn't realize how many players there are possibly, or maybe he does. Fast Trail's gonna be able to spot this one out, and they're on the run. They're getting out of there. They felt the danger. They don't want any of that. Wick might be able to switch over to the 16, get a bit of damage done, but Windfall make it away.
Yeah, they definitely had some sort of info there. They at least got away with it. Happy days for them. Windfall do keep all four alive. And this is the thing when we look at all these teams, they've all been here. They're all event winners. You wouldn't be here if you wasn't at the end of the day. So they all have a very, very good idea to play. Speak a little bit more about what you mentioned with the TPP side of things and those aspects. Obviously, there's a lot of old Armour boys in here. Coming back to it and looking at all these different players and talking to them, all right, it brings it back. It brings back the memories and rolls back the years, so to speak, that they can at least have this information laying down. I mean, laying down in itself, all right, we talk about snakes and stuff, but able to lay down and get the lay of the land, know where the cracks and all the crevices are. These guys know this map, Erangel, like the back of their hand. If there's a tiny, tiny little ditch, bump, or crevice, they'll abuse it.
Oh yeah, they know exactly where they can position, whether it be hard cover or not. So for now, a lot of teams just trying to find their place. We're looking for when that circle hits and moves to the next spot. Is it going to be a hard shift? Will it push players into an uncomfortable position? For now, no one's playing massively late either. We'll see a lot of games where teams are taking their time here. We're here in a car 98, and that gets me excited. But overall, we will see teams, occasionally taking their time, maybe not fancying the early rotations, just working edge circle. But for now, it looks like everyone's going very central here. This is what I mean about those opening game nerves, is that teams will not want to take any risks. It's okay, what's the safest bet? And this is it.
They could have moved a little bit down the hill, not too far from where they started. He has neither. Could have stayed in if they really want to, but not last to arrive. It's going to be Na'Vi, all four. 3 vehicles between them. Happy days for them. The Chiefs will be seeing this one. There's no point in even taking shots because A, you're going to give away your position, and B, you're already down a man, so you don't want to be losing more. We are only, of course, 10 minutes into this game. 1 man down. It's not very, very good. The last team that will be arriving will be Gen G Black. Do you see are we seeing
Na'Vi getting out. I think they're okay. I don't think they're going to really go for much. The vehicles are safe. They're pretty well positioned. I don't know if they're going to go for too many peaks. Their gear's not great. I'm seeing level 1 vest, level 1 helmet. It's not ideal. So that could be a factor down the line, that if you've got to be careful with what you have. But 4 AM on the move, just going to be trying to position themselves here. But OMG aren't far away, and their position's going to be quite tricky for 4 AM to get past. But considering 4 AM probably play this position a lot, you've got to feel they know how to deal with this.
I think as well, if you're going to be knowing that this is 4 AM, OMG obviously being the sister Chinese team that fell second to them, to come here, you want a little bit of revenge. If you can take these boys out, it's going to give you so much confidence. But again, 4 AM rocking that M24, you've got to be careful. That thing will take your face off, especially if you don't have the range. I mean, you need at least M16 with a 4x to be able to tap fire back and give some sort of cover fire support. At the moment, they're in a really good position. They're central pretty much of the map. They've got the gas station locked down. They've also got a little bit of utility in the buildings to the left, and if they do need to evacuate, they've got the vehicles to do that. Gen G still wandering on the old hillside. This is something that I think comes from the TPP kind of region. Notice how some of them will take vehicles and then they'll actually eject players on, while the rest of them kind of, all right, we've seen it in Europe where you'll get that initial scout, so to speak.
We've gone to the east. You can see the big shift now. It was kind of centralized, well, previously it was centralized towards the lumberyard. Now it's kind of shifted all the way to the east, and that's a lot of blue. That's a lot of water in there. That's going to make it quite tricky for these teams to find good positions, because we already know the Liquid's got that god tier compound that I love. I think that's a really nice spot. You have a couple of teams in Malta early, but that thing can be quite tricky to rotate away from, push it out of there. If it shifts you back central, late game, you're going to be in trouble. All these teams are going to be looking for room, and this is going to be terrifying, and this could be a bigger problem. The AK tears him down, and the nade just to confirm the kill. And you're going to see the nice little tracer, and it slipped a little bit too far away, but it's good enough to get the job done. Yeah,
those nades, 3.5 meter kill box, happy days. You ain't getting nowhere when you are down. Unfortunately, with the nade, you are out. Here comes the big rotation, then everyone needs to just get a land grab. This is going to be so messy. And TG, they've opted, Larson, actually, they've got WTSG behind them. We've got 2 teams. Look at the bottom, we've got AHQ that might have eyes on this, but TG, Larson's they've got to turn face.
He's getting tracer fire from way further away as well. Larson needs to be very careful here. The nades come down, but he's going to be pinned into this one, feeling very isolated and very pressured. Dre from the back line's finding Gaxi. That is massive play coming out.
So we got Mossy onto Larson, we got Knights onto Gaxi, so we got TG and Knights just picking apart WTSG. Vard needs to make something happen. The grenade goes off in front of him, his screen is shaking, that noise is so brutal.
There's no way they're getting revives out here, there is no way they're saving their teammates. Vard might have to just bail on this. Gaxi could be picked up potentially, but it depends how aggressive these guys want to get. If they want to push this, WTSG are on the back foot and Knights. Oh, Dre, look at what he can see. If only he could see as much as we could, just a centimeter away.
I mean, even if he does get him up, it is in such a nasty position. TG still laying down fire to the left-hand side. This is 4 teams. This is what's going to happen now with this circle. They're all just going to be crushed together and compacted. 76 players for this circle. When there's about 40%, maybe 30% water is ridiculous. Everyone's going to be on the coastline, and then when the circle does, if it does move back towards the west, you'll then get all those coastline people just unfortunately boxed in a little bit too much. Chaleta comes round the corner, and we do see THM ready, waiting, confirms the kill with the Tommy gun of all things. Fair play. Find what you can and make it work. Level 1 vest, level 2 helmet, and Tommy gun. All right, the M4's there, but still not the greatest to be working here with.
No, but doing marvelously as is. Let's see if that AK can get back into this, though. Hands of Eska. Known to be a bit of a player here, but we need to see the numbers reflecting that. Need the kills to be coming through, but this is a lot of teams split in very kind of individual positions here.
I mean, we've got to be careful. Savage just in the distance as well. If FloQ and his partner decide to move up into the mini-mill to power area and kind of look...
That, you know, if prisons weren't scary enough, Richard, add these lot to it.
I'm just looking at how much range Knights have. I don't know if you noticed, I think they had 2 SLRs and a
seeing
K98 between them.
I'm seeing it, yeah, they've got plenty.
It's ridiculous. Level 1, level 2. Oh, Evanga have taken a bit of fire. That's the M24, so Ono himself, pretty well-known sniper. Winner's actually going to give him a bit of a taste of his own medicine, completely takes his head off. They'll be able to crawl inside there, provided there's no grenades. Because you can, it's really, the only problem with those containers is really easy to bounce nades through the door, and then you compact it so much. This is the position we're talking about on the rock side. It's okay being here, and it's a really good position now for the circle, but if it does shift more towards the west, they're then fighting an uphill battle. I'm
just wondering if Winner knows where the 2-2 split may be. I don't know if he's aware of the other 2 players, Keen and Amino. That could be the issue. If he tries to overextend to pick up one of these 2 again, punish them like he did before, that could be a bit of a problem, but Tyson's going for a bit of a walk as well. These guys aren't resting on their laurels. They're very active in the way they're playing this. They're very much looking for opportunities and being aware of where they could be pinched from. That could have been a spot there as well. It looks like Winner might have been able to call that one out. Considering they're down to 2 players, this is a good way to play.
I'm glad you brought that up. 2 players and you're rocking level 1 helmet, level 1 chest. It's not great. And when you're having a crack at a Vanga like that and taking down their IGL in the form of Honor, you're going to have all kinds of problems because now they know where you are. But the main place that hasn't been taken is the backside of mill to power. I'd expect maybe one team to just go, not necessarily for a breach.
There's going to be so many.
Just bail for it.
Yeah, there's going to be so many teams going for that back sort of positioning. So many teams now need to move. The safety has been removed here. It's basically centering in on mill to power. Every team's on the run. In fact, they're in trouble. Mino needs to get himself into cover. No, caught in the heels. Edge catches him out. That a bit of a mini work coming through Major on this one, and they do just about get to the yellow houses. He does get into safety, but they need to slow this down for a second, get everyone in, get the revives, get this as their own.
OMG are actually traversing behind them. Here comes everybody. I mean, look at that. The cavalry has arrived, boys and girls. The top of the hill, you've still got 1 team. I think, I'm not entirely sure that is all the way up there, but still, they're all, oh, bye-bye. Ranger, oh, Ragnar, should I say. Unfortunately, will get run over. He's down and out. In the open as well, you won't expect him to be picked up. Meanwhile, we'll see this 4 AM going against. We'll see Loki also falling. That's a 24 as well for OHM. And this is what we mean now, Lauren. This place is just going to be so messy. The size of this circle and so many people alive, the kill feed's just going to be alive.
Somehow Liquid made it here. Somehow they are okay for now, but we are seeing Ragnar now being confirmed dead, getting really punished on this one. A lot of the teams being caught on rotations in really curious ways. Somehow running just simply, maybe they don't have the vehicles or they got damaged.
Humru, unfortunately, will have fallen off the back of the vehicle there, unless he went off the back.
And punished too.
Yeah. Cheyenne Blue comes in. Now we'll see North America stepping up. McCoy has a headshot onto Drainey, so Navi, first player, does fall, but he must have got back up straight away because, oh no, excuse me, he's down. So that's Myth, that's a kill steal. 15 points going the way of Myth.
Oh my god, Pino, gotta be so scared here. Knights surround him on all fronts. He does get down 1, but he can't survive for the second. The trade comes back in from Texas, and they should be able to confirm that kill. There's the smoke going in to try and allow their teammates to get the revives here. Voxic will be picked up, and we'll be seeing Kramer probably dealt with by his teammates. But Texas is worried because he knows there's going to be more players here, and Texas does finally confirm the kill towards Pino. So Knights are in a decent position, assuming they don't get pressured from other players for a couple of seconds so they can get those revives back in.
So far, I mean, I could be completely wrong here, but I'm thinking... I've not seen anyone...
shots! Scoom, what on earth? You can see the traces from a mile away.
This is the thing, I've not seen anyone from Europe go down. Oh, excuse me, WTSG, obviously. But still, Knights have been really putting their bag here. Liquid have been doing well. Gaxi and Miraku, I'm really glad these guys are at least managed to stay alive because they got battered from 2 different angles in quite the early game. He franked Fad's there as well. I thought they'd lost more than that. So that's a really good recovery from WTSG, but it depends what's it done to their economy. How's their gear? How's the meds? They could be in all kinds of problems for the late game. Evan onto Mossy. TG lose 1. 15 points in the bag for Na'Vi. Mortify literally clinging on by his bare teeth.
Oh, the sound of these guns at range does sound lovely sometimes. Scoom, though, is collecting kills. This is big work. Now, every team is still roughly alive here. 20 teams still stand. So no full team has gone down just yet. But Liquid are looking like they want to get kills here. They look very hungry on this. You can see that 4 times complementing that well for them. Next circle gonna slightly move them southeast again. So Mini Milta is a gorgeous position currently, but 4 AM, they're still on that score feed here. They're still racking these bodies up. They're still doing well for themselves.
Thankfully, nobody went directly behind Milta, so at least they can chill for now. Liquid's in an absolutely banging position. They can just sit behind the hill. P for Potato takes out Timid. That's revenge earlier on for Wick with the initial kill. On to the Chiefs. But Mew still lurking, still waiting. Ares will find Momino. That's a second knock from him. Grizzly back onto P for Potato. A little bit of revenge there. Esther, though. You know what? OHM are causing all kinds of problems in this kill feed.
They really are. They're just kind of here, there, and everywhere. They haven't been particularly spotted. This is a nice angle. He can control the spray. It's a good spot, but the cover's decent on the other side, even if his position's okay with the circle against the other team. His smoke goes up, but he's got to be cautious here. There's so many players around. He's trying to be a nuisance on his own. Where's his teammates in this one? Where's his support?
The issue being up there is that circle's going to hurt. You know, it's really going to hurt. They've got 2 minutes 50. Look at that kill feed. We've already seen one team fall. Gaxi's not far behind.
WTSG are screwed here.
I think they got one up.
Yeah, it's just Miraku right now, and he's on the run. He's running into more fire from other teams. This could be them gone. They could be the second team to fall out of this one. Miraku, I think, is your last man standing on that squad. And he is getting tagged up as well. It is. Vard's already gone down. Miraku is in trouble. Pressure just about everywhere. He's going to try and build himself a little fortress to heal in and try and keep away the wolves at the door. But for now, he is in real trouble.
Really quick note for Liquid. Even though they were safe, Lauren, they've still moved. They decided to take the middle Mini Milta power. That's amazing. To run the gauntlet of so many people still been in there. So, okay, boys, we're not safe here. Let's get out of it. They took the vehicles. They're now central.
It used to be one of the strongest spots in this map a while ago. If you ever played that wall, it used to have a little bit of a different position you could get to that was very, very dangerous. Now it's not there anymore, but you can see the nice control from Dre, but not all the shots hitting, but enough does in the end. Fast Rail does go down. That's a bit of a problem now as the rest of the Honey Badger Nation were behind it. But yes, Na'Vi stole that. So that's not a kill in their pocket.
Ebat takes the dink with the Mini at range. The Mini is a nasty, nasty weapon. Them whole DMRs, like, it's kind of the DMR AR meta at the moment. Yep. Throw the 7.62 in there with the SLRs and you're laughing for days. Voxic, the Knights are doing fantastic work here so far. We're seeing plenty of knocks, plenty of kills coming out of them. We'll see how it kind of forwards.
Only 2 confirmed, though. They have been aggressive, they've been assertive, they've been trying to make the plays. You're seeing it still time and time again. Now getting another kill, but it's hard to make it count here because there's so many teams with so many eyes on situations that are just praying for that. And you're praying you don't get spotted if you're this one player.
Best.
Just snaking on through.
No best than a level 1 budget helmet. Trying to kind of fight for survival here. Samty finds OMG. Here we go. Liquid moving in. Refund going to hit this one, but Liquid's already waiting with open arms.
How is he still alive on that bike? I don't know how long he's going to be alive for now. It looks like he has been found by one of the Savage players in the end, but he made a good run for it.
Jimbo's lurking, though. Big James. 1 kill apiece. Samty just looking for one. He got the knock earlier on, so at least he helped out. Na'Vi will collect Thailand. Did they lose? Yes, they must have lost Drainers. In fact, they did because it was stolen by Myth. So they're still down to 3.
Oh, that's a dangerous angle to be at Miraku. You're the last man alive. Oh, this is going to be it. Great shot comes in. M24 singing as it just completely decapitates any of the hope WTSG had for game 1.
4 angry men. And we'll just bury them. Unfortunately, 18th place for WTSG. Not a great start in game number 1. The story of this whole game is this circle, though. How many people are alive? I mean, that's the bigger picture of TPP, right? Because you have so much information. Yep. You can move slower. A lot more will play edge, which is what we're seeing. And now, Liquid's aggression, getting into mini Milter power, has paid dividends. They knew that Milter had a good chance of being pushed out of it. The main Milter power, they moved. They're in a great position. But still, it's all about the little yellow house at the bottom of the lumber mill. All these players are still going to make a move.
And I was thoroughly impressed with Savage's 2-2 split. They're going for an early push here. As soon as that circle popped in, they're off. They're on the way. They're going to try and meet up with their teammates. Liquid's going to spot this out. There could be a bit of crossfire coming in here. This might not be as easy as they like, but actually, it's not Liquid getting the kills. It's another team in the back lines. It's Gold coming through on that one.
Molodoi onto Myth. Minaru will fall at least. Stylem as well back onto him. Sees the completion through, but the answer back. So far, Myth have taken 1 player from Na'Vi. Can they take more? They're trading off left, right, and center.
Look at this push! Richard, he's a madman! He's just gone for the push! He does get traded out in the end, so it's not all gone their way. Made in Thailand, losing their minds in that.
I think that's a one-on-one. Literally, Iba is the last man standing versus Spitz. Spitz inside, so he can gatekeep him if he really wants to. Molodoi will be telling him where the info is here. I mean, I'm really intrigued to see what Iba can do. There's probably not a great deal, to be honest, and he's just trying to fight for survival. CeeLo's gone down. I'm wondering if that's the end of TG's run as well. 4 AM.
Svit seen this, he's seen the move. How does he play it, though? Made in time. We've seen the aggression. These guys love a bit of it. Why not go for it? He's got the AK in hand. He spots out the player. He gets up close. Can he get the kill? No. Na'Vi denies.
Not only do Na'Vi deny going out in 15th, they also keep a 2nd player alive. That is absolutely massive. They've got a beautiful little ridgeline to work off of. They can chill for 1 minute, 10 seconds. They can get some gear off the dead bodies. They can refuel. Now all of a sudden it's the Knight's turn to fall under the hammer. Just seen, I think it was Drayden go down with a headshot from one of the sniper rifles. OMG, 3-man strong still. Up in the top lines here, but they need to get inside. And when they do get inside, there's not much room. There's not much cover.
Nice gaming, though. Again, this aggression really holding, even though they are playing on the very edge. Oh my God, the blue just about. Oh, he makes it! Good work from him with the meds coming in at the last possible second, but for how long? It's, you know, there's no respite here. Turtle, though, keep your eye on the kill feed, catching a nice little shot there. The M24s are seeming to come in really strong today.
They're in a really good position as well. They can gatekeep everybody. Wants to kind of traverse this way around because this ridge that's right in front of them is insane. It's like a plateau. The fact that you can go up and dip behind it, it's massive. You've also got a pylon tower inside. Edge sees 1 player just chilling. That's a dink and a half.
That's a shot. Sadly, it does get stolen.
Oh, the story of PUBG.
See if you can spot any more. Good eyes here.
In the back lines?
And here we go. Look at that circle hit. Mini Milter is going to be really pretty much the final battleground for this game. It will close as central as you like on that.
OMG, you've got to push this one. Liquid are going to see all 4 players they rotate. Excuse me, all 3 players. Not only do they have to rotate past Liquid, they've got 4 AM on the back lines as well.
Savage can do the same. They're not exactly in a bad spot. They're actually within Mini Milter. And you can see exactly what's going to happen with that beast of a gun.
Not only do they have to rotate past Liquid.
4 AM, good spot, good position. I like the way these 3 teams have played. They took the initiative early. They're going to gatekeep OMG to a bit of an uncomfortable position. They're fine to a degree where they are. There is a definite spot, good position. I like the way these 3 teams have played. They took the initiative early. They're going to gatekeep OMG to a bit of an uncomfortable position. They're fine. We're done to a degree where they are. There is a definite spot. Every team in position. I like the way these 3 teams have played. That next initiative early. They're going to gatekeep OMG to a bit of an southern swing. They're fine. We're done to a degree where they are. There is a definite spot. Every team in position.
POV sees the rest of Avanga lurking in the woods. Diaz and Mumino, they fall back to back. 36 players alive. It's a little bit different from the 60 to 70 we saw earlier on. Chiefs in the Harry Potter, they're just begging, nobody decides to come their way. OMG though, again, you mentioned that defilade, it's nice, but when they've got to move, that's when the problem is. Grammatic now, last man standing here for Gen G Black. They'll at least pick up Keen on the way forward, and now he's gone. 14th position will find their feet.
A valiant attempt at life there, and you can see...
Oh my, Wick.
Wick, are you kidding me right now? He is surrounded. There's so many players near him. Oh my God.
NA on NA. What's he going to do?
Wick. He waits. He hears everything around him. He's letting them go. He's got a flashbang. Hold on, Richard. This is incredibly smart. Balak could be caught by that. He's putting down the utility. We have to go back to it. Surely we have to see how that unfolds.
We've seen Wick what he can do with nades. Look at what he did to qualify. He killed 2 teams. It was a 1 versus 8 and he did it. We'll just keep an eye on that kill feed and see if it does come through. Staying alive for now.
You can see it in the bottom left here is the green and the sort of less colourful colour. It's Samty that on the spray, and that's going to do well. Mumino can't control it, and Jeems confirms the kill. It may not be Samty's, but it will do the job. That goes into Liquid's pockets. 5 kills already. These guys are really putting up numbers. If they can keep this going towards late game, if they have the sustain, they're in a very good spot.
And another one. Gold comes through with a knock. Liquid pick it up. Headshot to kill. 15 points at time, remember.
Oh, Wick. He let them go. Ghost got away from him. Southeast they ran, and Wick crawls his way forward. He can get into safety here as well. He's staying alive for his team. Keep in mind, the rest of his team are dead. He's playing for position as best he can. You have to play it slow, careful, cautious. The other teams will be out for kills and being a little bit more aggressive, but we're seeing some of the CIS teams starting to look a little bit rough. Yeah, they decided to give himself up to the blue and deny any extra additional points towards the 2 teams that was looking at CGX and the Chiefs. 9 teams alive. You're into your top 10, guys. Here we go. Edge and Critical. They're in a...
Спробуй новий чорний дезодорант Ультра від Newman. 48 годин захисту. Нестримний аромат. Те відчуття.
Обязательно даем название новому источнику, наша вебка, и нажимаем ОК. Устройство, подключенное веб. Выбираем G. 1900. Нажимаем CSS. Вот так. Просто делаем пейст. В левом верхнем самое важное, что вообще есть на стриме, это вебка. Вы, конечно, можете стримить без вебки, но знайте, что стримы с веб-камерой набирают больше зрителей. Под источниками нажимаем на плюс, а затем выбираем устройство захвата видео. Обязательно даем название новому источнику. Наше устройство right. Вы же должны выбрать закрывать окошко часов за. Итак, ценами нажимаем, выбираем файл. Теперь заходим во дает какое-то неприятное размытие картинки. Общее значение FPS 30 или 60 FPS на процессора для тех, кто стримит турнир. Световой формат. Все готово. Теперь нажимаем YouTube. Данные опции полезны для тех, кто стримит дома. Однако некоторые, кто стримит Dota, CSGO, PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, в целях экономии трафика и мощности процессора выбирают 1280 на 720 и 60 FPS для более плавной картинки. Я же обычно стримлю на Twitch в разрешении 1920 на 1080 и FPS, иначе поток будет захлебываться и появятся другие картинки. Общее значение FPS 30 или не планируете отправлять свой поток нового провайдера. В совещании выбираем Twitch звуком, и более насыщенный и плавный. Управление битрейтом CBR. Битрейт ставим рекомендованный для Twitch 3500. Под битрейтом необходимо выбрать «Использовать пользовательский размер буфера» и там поставить значение чуть-чуть выше битрейта. Я обычно на Twitch использую
Oh, they want it so badly. Look how much they're pushing it. They're still trying to find these guys, but they're down. They've done it. OMG are gone. 4 AM find them. Liquid's out as well. Oh my word, what a push from 4 AM.
This is huge. Great play. So Savage currently hold the buildings, but Ghost are happy to fight that. Ghost have a little bit of an eye towards 4 AM. Let's take into account where every single one of these 4 remaining teams are. You can see the vast majority, but there has to be someone alive. There has to be another danger man. There has to be someone. In the back lines, there's another player for now. We can keep tabs on that. But actually, he's kind of got the circle there. You can see the vast majority. But there has to be someone alive. Nice Gaming's player.
Okay.
There has to be another danger man. There has to be someone. The last in the back line, there's another player for now. We can keep tabs on that. But right now, you look at the circle. The circle there. Ghost essentially have the line. 4 AM have to come towards them. Savage have to get past them. All right. So for now, it's which way do they?
These teams, they're going to be the most geared.
Look at them crawling, Rich. Look at this play. McCoy, Turtle, Balak, they're going to line them up. This is huge. McCoy now just leaves the corner, sprays in, doesn't get the job done. But that time he will. Him and McCoy combine, and it's job done. Down to 2, and it looks like Ghost Gaming, Turtle, Balak, prime position here to take this.
North America.
This is huge. Again, going out, just leaves the corner, sprays in, doesn't get a jump down.
Pick one up, but that's going to be it. Guns game number one. Only 4 players remaining in the final circle. They line him up, they knock him down. What a way to start the day.
And they fought off against the likes of 4 AM, who took down Liquid. We saw so much there. Looking quickly at that positioning, Rich, anything standing out to you?
The thing for me was
that's what it means to these guys.
How many were alive? They were geared up. They had level 2s, they had the guns, they had 24s, they had Car 98s. They stood their ground, they got together. But I tell you what, 4 AM, I have never seen committed, and that's committed rather than just bail from it, committed aggression.